again, welcome back. Another kind of a little tip video on foam cutting. So I had a client wanted to get these cushions redone, and they obviously have a curve to them, and got to get the foam to make that curve. So I'll show you how we get the foam to do that. So the customer had these cushions, and they wanted to obviously get them remade and also replace the foam that was inside of them. The foam was kind of degraded. You know, they also wanted to firm it up a little bit to something a little bit firmer. So this is the foam that we got, kind of stiff, and we pretty much need to get the foam to stay in a curve. These happen to be a 45 degree, a 90 degree on both cushions, and these are some cockpit cushions out of a big trawler. So a couple of things that we can do to do this is we can glue a big block of foam and then cut the curve out of it. It's really time consuming, and it's kind of expensive on the foam. You got to buy a lot of it to get a block. You know, obviously on this one I have 2 of them, and we need to get the foam to stay in a curve. Now obviously when we cut the boxing out of here, it is cut in the curve, so that does help obviously to get it to keep its shape. But the main thing is we need the foam to curve. So this is kind of going to be kind of different on the radius of the curve, how much you need to curve, and you're going to kind of have to play around. I did take some samples of the foam and kind of, you know, figure out what I needed to do to get this curve, because maybe on the other one you don't have to curve, you know, as far. Maybe it's further. Maybe it's a gradual. It's a bigger curve, you know, more of a radius. So this isn't really going to be, you know, the exact one to do it every time, but the idea and the principles behind it will be how you do it, you know, for the other ones. So on this one, what I did is I measured out 3 points on where I needed the curve, and then I cut some notches into them, so that way when it comes around and I glue these together, it will hold the curve. So this is the test piece that I did. I just drew some lines and kind of, you know, filed out, and I figured out where I needed these points to be. Like I said, they may be different on different curves and stuff. This just happened to work for these 2 over here. And these are probably about 1 inch wide, maybe 3/4, 1 inch deep, that I made these V cuts, and then I just stuck some glue in there and then glued it, and then it actually holds nice at pretty much a nice 45 degree. And then on the back side, right where these are, when I cut some reliefs in them. If you need to fill these with foam to help, you know, to get it to go for whatever the application is, that's fine. These go up against a bulkhead, so they're not really going to feel this. It's not really going to be an issue for these. And I didn't have to fill these to help get it to keep the curve on there. So just a little tip on how to get the foam to curve. If you're in that situation, you can just cut some grooves in there and, you know, just glue it up, and it'll hold it, because this one here was exactly the same as that one, and it's holding the curve nicely. And then obviously when you put it inside the bag that you make, the templating process is a little bit tricky. Got a picture of that here when I was templating the inside of this. Just kind of put it up against the wall behind me, and used some pins and stuck the plastic down so I can get a nice template for it. And the cushions came out pretty nice, and I'll be getting these back in the boat. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification if you like the content, and lets me know to keep doing this. Anyway, we'll see you next time.